When I talk to my clients about control, I talk about the Zorro Circle, and I borrowed this from a book by Sean Aker called The Happiness Advantage, which I really like, really recommend. Fantastic book. Anyway, he talks about the movie The Legend of Zorro. And the reason that the movie is called The Legend of Zorro is because it starts off and there's no Zorro. Well, there used to be a Zorro, but he's not around. We don't know where he is. And Antonio Banderas sees the Mexican people being oppressed and taken advantage of. And he's like, somebody needs to do something. Where's Zorro? Well, Zorro still isn't showing up. And so he puts on the mask and puts on the fedora and picks up the sword, and he does his best to be Zorro. And he is wildly successful in making everything worse. He just makes everything worse. So enter Anthony Hopkins. He grabs him by the ear. Come here, boy, and takes him off to the Zorro cave, because this is Zorro, not Batman. And he says, kid, you got a lot of heart. I can see you're trying to do the right thing, but your sword play is sloppy. You don't understand the politics. You don't really understand what you're getting yourself into. And that's about the point that he reveals that he was the original Zorro and why he isn't around anymore and all that. Anyway, so Anthony Hopkins takes his sword and he draws a circle in the sand around Antonio Banderas. And he says, you have absolutely no business trying to control or influence what is outside of that circle until you have mastered what is inside that circle. And what is inside that circle? What is it that you actually have control over? You only have control over your own thoughts, your own beliefs, and your own behaviors. And that's it. But if you're like me, you might find that if you master those things that are inside your circle, you'll find that you don't need or even want to try to control the things outside of your circle.